Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the podcast. We've got the 5 usual suspects here tonight. Unfortunately, Antonio cannot join us, even for the preview of his illustrious Imperial team. We've got one of the men with the CYFS background, Jimmy Morrison, in-house. How are you, Jimmy?
Hello, all. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks, everyone.
Josh Scadella, you're wearing the
Good to hear.
Imperial colours today.
Yep, big fan of the colour. Hello to everyone. Welcome back.
The Don, you're donning the Apple shirt tonight. And you're also frozen.
And on mute.
Okay. We've just lost the... Is this a sign for Team Sky this year? Donnie has gone missing.
Are they going to disappear into nothingness by the end of the tournament?
Where is Disco Don?
Well, let's move on to...
I'm back.
Don, you're back.
I apologise. Just network issues here. I've been playing too much golf. I can't pay the bills. I apologise.
Thank you, Don. And finally, El Presidente, Ian Suarez. Welcome back. Second pod in a row. Hitting your straps.
Glad to be back.
So, yeah, welcome back to another pod. First of all, I'd like to start with a big event happening today as you listen. 3 members of Team Royal will be joined by an unnamed B grader at Brighton Lakes.
Ooh. Is this...
Any comment?
I believe I'm correct in saying an A and B grader from Blaze will be there this afternoon as well.
Is that right?
Maybe they might see each other on course. Who's Team Royal? I can't remember.
That'd be yours truly.
Reece
Jar Jar
Jarvis
Binks.
making the trip. Making the trip up, Reece.
Reece Jarvis, that's how much this means to him. He is catching the early flight and then the red eye in the evening. That's what it means to Team Royal.
Yeah, right. First time you're playing the course, Chalk, in the last 4 years, I think.
So since the course has been redeveloped, I played there about 4 months ago, and prior to that, probably 4 years ago. So I know the course, but it will be good to sort of get another look at it close to the Invitational. Donnie, you're also hearing whispers of another team that will be out there in the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm hearing reports. Maybe the following Friday, there's a couple of professions who might be finishing up earlier than others. Not talking about the tradie science because that's the usual story, but yeah, I'm hearing at least 3 teachers or people that work at schools will be out there next Friday, and someone who works in a really important job in sports administration is what I'm hearing. So yet to finalise that, but that could be anyone. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I feel.
Wow.
Well, there's a fair bit going on behind the scenes, isn't it?
Source, obviously, you've got the Ambrose this Saturday, I believe, too. So you're getting a bit of match practice in. Are you playing in that?
Yeah, I'm playing in the Ambrose. I'm also hearing there's an all family team playing in the same Ambrose on the same day.
Wow.
Well, that's Scadella's.
Rob Scadella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big Stephen.
Good to
Rob,
see
Bruno,
Stephen out on the
Josh.
course.
I will never play Cogger again after I was disqualified for practicing chipping on the 15th green. That's another podcast. That was on my birthday, by the way. That's another story.
Especially when Dennis Gallagher chips on the first before every round. Never gets disqualified.
I hope Cogger.
Swar, what about Seaport? Are they getting together? Have they gotten together yet? Will they be getting together?
Well, I'll keep Seaport's meeting secret, but we will meet up before the day. But yeah, we're all tracking well. Team chat's going well, so can't say anything, but good things
We've
for
heard
us.
we've heard enough about Seaport and these other idiots. Let's move on. Let's get to the good teams. All right.
Let's get
Can I just say, is Mark Butler in the lobby but he can't hear us?
Yes,
That's
that's
correct.
correct.
Okay, so obviously another year he got on but we couldn't hear him and he's very worried about this year. So when he comes on, we can't hear him, okay?
It's
So,
evil, but I like it. I like it.
We do have a very special guest, Mark Butler. We
Would
are
it-
doing his
would-
thing tonight.
Would it be funnier? Would it be funny if we all turned our cameras off and he just can't see anyone?
And no one says anything.
No, that's
We
cool.
could switch
That's
up.
cool. That's cool.
All right.
Sorry,
I'm
Scott, go
down
ahead.
for it. We can do it.
So we're previewing Team Shark. Mark Butler is the captain. James Morrison is his trusty B grader. Murray Becker, debutant in C grade, and Barb Morrison plays her second invitational, I believe.
Correct.
Right.
Jimmy, this is your team. Would you like to give us a little preview?
Yes, I obviously know a lot about our team. One of them is my sister. The other is one of them is Mark, who I've played golf with many times. To be completely fair, I have known nothing about Mr. Becker. I have no idea his golfing ability, where he lives, anything about him. So I'm looking forward to that part of the day.
I think they call him the
Yeah.
Dr. Becker. He's got a TV show on in the afternoon sometimes.
Anthony was the guy that he's the real estate magnate. Like he was, thank you, Mr. Becker. You don't remember the app?
Oh, it's so niche. It's so niche. I love
Anyway,
it. I love it.
Isn't that Mr. Hook?
but yeah,
That's
no,
Mr.
looking forward to
Hooker.
it. Oh yeah, it is too. Oh, that's even worse. It's Mr. Hooker.
Isn't it Boris Becker? Isn't there a tennis player called Boris Becker?
There is Boris.
Yes.
Becker, correct. Yeah.
LJ Becker, the new real estate agent.
Unless
I
this
had no
isn't
idea.
live or anything.
I had
that's
no
fine.
idea who Jimmy was talking about there.
Well, neither do I, to be fair, so I don't know idea.
Thank you, Mr. Becker.
So I like how Jimmy started this with, this team I know everyone really well, and now he's just
I
gone
didn't-
off.
No, I said I know this team quite well, except for one of these. I just said.
Squire, you know this team very well. How do you think this team's going to gel?
I think they're going to gel pretty well, and they'll be. My prediction will show you how well I think they'll gel on the day.
Don, are you on the same page?
Yeah. I think I've got these guys not in the worst position. There's definitely worse positions, but I have obviously put these predictions in before I've seen what the work that these people have been doing behind the scenes. So I've had the sort of upper hand of where these guys could go. They probably should be higher than what my prediction will be, but we'll get to that later on.
Scully, is this a team that can win the invitational?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
Let's keep it short and sweet.
are your
We'd like
thoughts,
to bring in Mr. Butler.
What
Mr.
are your
Becker?
thoughts first, Chuck? I want to hear from Chuck.
Okay. I think on paper, this team looks a fairly strong team. That means nothing, really. Paper means
That
nothing.
feels like a however is coming.
I think this team could be really good. It could also be really bad.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're a fence sitter. Okay, we got it.
As you'll see from my prediction, I'm not a fence sitter.
Oh, okay, that's good. I will say just quietly before Mark joins, and we can talk about it once Mark joins anyway, but Barb has been putting in a whole lot of effort. Goes to the range twice a week. She's been going hard at it, and she's hitting them real well. So very surprised, like to the point where I think she's considering like becoming a member somewhere. So
Wow.
she's doing real well.
She's inspired by the Pete Smith House of Golf. Just go to the range and do your best
Yeah,
down there.
exactly. Yeah, and they complain about it all week. All right, let's bring him up.
Let's get him in.
Oh, here we
Mr.
go.
Butler.
Hey, hello, boys. How are we? Got all the sponsors here, you know, ready to go. You know, sorry, just so everyone knows, you know, Team Callaway shirt. But listen, before we start, I'm a bit worried, Josh, about the Team Platinum captain. How did he get in the house and get a photo of my smoked Christmas tree? What's going on there?
I don't know.
Very good.
Like, there's got to be some stat checks on that for sure. You know, I'm just glad he didn't get my new Callaway Opus wedge, the blue model. That my son bought that with his tooth fairy money. Isn't he, good boy? Wife doesn't know, but that doesn't matter.
That's
So
a
how
great
are you
intro.
going? Good?
Good, Mark. How are you?
Good. Now, I've been going through all the teams.
Hang on, Mark. We asked the questions to you.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
you hang tight there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, yeah.
No, the floor is yours.
I'd like to take the floor. Mark, how do you feel carrying the burden that is two Morrisons on your team this year?
Oh, well, Lachlan Greer was the star of my team. He came second first year, and then last year he wins. I've lost him. And I've got Jimmy, which we can work together. He's got a Callaway driver. That's a start. But Barb's been practicing. But I don't know what we're going to do with I don't know my third
Boris.
player.
It's Boris. It's Boris Becker.
Morris's son.
Oh,
You'd have to
No, it's Murray. He's a real estate agent.
Is he going to try and sell me a house?
It'll
The
make
question
sense
is-
later when you listen to the podcast.
Oh, okay. I just got a
Question is,
text.
Mark, have Shark been practicing together?
No, mate, we sent a text message. Does that count?
Okay.
okay.
So there's a
We had
group
a
chat.
team
That's
meeting
a
last
start.
night. Too.
Yeah. Jimmy helped me get the computer set up last night.
Does Murray Becker contribute to this group chat very much?
I don't even know who he is. Actually, can someone send me his number?
Yeah, I can sort you out.
All right, send it through and then I'll sort it out.
0432 673 900.
Yeah. No, mate, that's the local place down at the back of Marrickville. I know where that is.
Mention the CYFS for 20% off.
Well, your dad sent me there when I had a sore back. Special massage, Mark. They're very polite.
Didn't fix your back, but it fixed something else.
Well, the wife said to me, she goes, "You've been going there a lot. Why is your back still sore?" Go figure. What do you do?
You had said, Mark, you said that you dissected the teams. I would love to hear. We don't need your 1 to 15, but we want some highlights and some lowlights. What's your sort of plan? Have you looked at them?
Well, I've been playing with Danny McCarthy and I've been watching Tony, and I swear to God, they're last. Danny on the first hole in medal round hit 3 shanks on the first hole. He shanked the chip. He started off with an 8.
Lucky Tony doesn't shank it.
No, Tony's been on fire. I worked at his house the other day and he was trying to put up a simulator in the backyard, trying to hit balls like Pete Smith. Didn't work, but no, they're in trouble. And our other little buddy, Mr. Dukes, I think his little Mulberry team might struggle a little too because he hasn't been playing much.
He wouldn't know what end of the golf club to hold.
No, I know. And yeah, I've got to say that the committee's done a really good job this year because the Cogra burglar, Jared Wells, he's in A grade. But Chalk, you hit your straps early, and then you lost against 81-year-old Joe Carnuccio in the final. And I think now you're dropping it a bit. So I'm hoping you pick it back up, mate.
Yeah, I put all my eggs in that one basket. I didn't really care about the invitational.
Well, that's what I thought. So
That's the
you're a
problem.
team player.
Mark, did you feel on draw night when your team was drawn and you managed to avoid Ben Jones, did you feel like you won the invitational there and then?
Mate, well, let me start. Mr. Shankalot, the only person ever had 10. The only person ever had 10 on the 8th hole at Cogra. The Cogra match committee made a comment of how many balls he hit out of bounds off that tee. So he's had an injury. The first year he was good. He was playing well. Last year, shocking. Oh my God! We had to use him the last 3 holes because I couldn't get him on the card. And then
we are previewing Team Sky this week. Where do you have Sky ranked?
Well, down with Tony and Danny, down the bottom there somewhere. He's got a bicep injury. He can't hit the ball.
Is there anyone in your top half of the list?
Yeah. Yes. Team Apple. Very good chance. Very good chance,
Ooh.
Mr. Apple there. And I think, hang on, let me go through. I've got my little list here. Kevin Dart might be a smoky because Tommy McCarthy's out. And I've heard that the B grader is very good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Tommy's got more demons than Danny.
Wow.
But I'll tell you who the real smoky is here, besides Apple and Lachlan Greer, my hero. Team Galaxy. That's why I'm wearing the Galaxy blue shirt.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've had a lot of love. Team Galaxy
Mate.
had a lot of love.
The Stavs, they get a little bit nervous, but when they're together, when they ever play together, they both have
That's right. It's a very good point.
36,
Yeah.
38 points because they're comfortable.
Correct.
So they're and Wellesley,
Yeah.
Wellesley's quite good. He'll manage them really well. But I don't know McArdle, but he couldn't be as worse as Chapman. So you know, he'd be all right, wouldn't he?
Hey, he's up there. He's up.
That's what I thought. So I reckon that they're got to be top 5.
You did mention Mark Wells there. Obviously, just a little bit of a stance away from the CYFS. You're obviously in Team Australia and the Osro this year. We're very happy to have you. This tournament means a lot to us in the CYFS committee. It's your third year? The third year now or your second year? Third year coming into this tournament?
Third year.
CYFS? Who is this your best chance at winning one?
Oh, 100%. Can't wait. I just got to get that little man in the box above you. We're going to have a little team meeting and get moving.
Little man.
Golf.
Who's that little man around here?
No, I was being polite there, James. But I've got some V's for him on the day and some Callaway balls. Our team's going to be. We've got plenty of sponsors. We're ready to go. I've even got a special ladies hat for Barb.
Oh,
Sorry.
fabulous.
Very good.
Oh, very good. Mark,
We'll
have you
look
played
after
Bright Lakes recently? What do you think about the course?
All right. Well, look, all these predictions of 8 and 7 under and all this, that you've all played it. If you're having a little bit of an off day and you spray it, which it's easy to do, instead of being 200 or 250, 240 down the fairway, you're 100 and 150, and then you got a 200-metre shot for your B, C, and D grader to try and get up near the green. It's a tricky course. Some holes you 4 and 5 irons off, but it's not wide like Camden Lakeside. You could spray it off the tee. Like Ben Jones didn't hit a fairway for his 3 shots, and we still got him in the card. So imagine him at Brighton Lakes. He better take about 200 balls. It's going to be really tricky. But I followed the Prez last weekend, and he hit more fairways than I've seen Pete Smith hit in 3 years. He was on fire.
So he hit 2 fairways, did he?
No, well. Touche. Poor old Pete. I'm going to miss Team Lemon's number one player.
Yes.
But no, it's going to be really tricky, that course. It's not easy, and I'm going out there next Thursday for a little practice.
Oh,
I got an
Plumber's
early.
picnic day.
I got an early. Yeah, it is Plumber's Picnic Day. I got an early tea time with my little mate Shanks Qatar.
Oh.
Little,
Nice.
you know, little.
The
check it
Lebanese
out.
lob wedge.
Yeah, well,
Lebanese
that's
lob wedge,
right.
yeah.
He asked someone else and they cancelled, so he threw me in. I think
Okay.
I'm just second best.
Our favourite bit about this now is, Mark, as we wrap this segment up, we get to give you our prediction, as you would have heard on the podcast before. Luckily for you, I will start with Antonio Qatar, who couldn't be on here tonight, obviously. But
Oh, has he
will be
sent
on
in a name,
in the
a
following.
number?
He's sent in a number. So Team Shark, he's got in 14th position. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite drastic.
Oh,
Quite
You know what?
drastic.
You know what's funny, right? So I've had this list this whole time, and I think it'll sound like I'm getting just desserts for his rating, but I can guarantee you I picked it before I knew what his was.
at least he didn't
I'm
predict
at-
us last.
Yeah, true.
Correct.
All right,
That's
so
what
what do you
we'll
guys
do
got?
later in the show? I'll go next. I did these predictions before I knew how much work the D grader was putting in. I've got Team Shark in 10th position. Yeah, I think it can be much higher. I've got you in 10th.
Okay. Swar.
I do think they're a serious threat for the trophy this year, because if there's one person out there that can contain James Morrison's brutal force, it's Mark Butler. That's why I've got them in 4th.
Well described, sir. Josh?
Swar. I actually, when I was going through the teams, I thought 4th or 5th, I'm happy.
Mm.
I'm happy, and Barb will be happy because she'll get the 3 tee shots off and she'll be wrapped.
Spot on.
No more of that though, Mark, because you're starting to sound like Josh.
Sorry.
Yeah. Josh?
Come on, Josh. Better than
I'm a big
don't
fan of
listen
Mark.
to Antonio.
I'm a big fan of Mark Butler. Big fan of Murray Becker. I heard he shot 9 over off the stick last week at Woolooware, which is pretty impressive. That was on the putting green.
Oh.
I've got Shark in 5th place.
Yeah. All right. Chocolate.
All right, Burglar. Come on, Burglar. Where have you got us?
I think Team Shark will be the surprise packet of Invitational 2024. I have them in last position.
Wow.
Wow.
Last time you get a discount on a driver. You're right, Team Smoke.
I'd like to,
Jimmy, where do
just
you have
talk
this
about my prediction there for a minute.
Oh, yeah. So,
I
go,
think-
Jock, sorry.
I think Shark could do quite well, but I'm sick of picking a team that looks like it's going to be low. And we've seen strong teams finish low before. So
Yeah.
I've just gone, right, I'm going to pick someone. I'm just going to throw a dart at the dartboard and I'm going to say it's going to be Team Shark. I don't
Hey.
think you're a bad team.
Shock. Just stand behind your words, mate. Don't back out now. You sound like another fencer.
I'm not backing out.
Yeah, good shit.
Give me back that Callaway hat and that driver. That you're white.
I need it.
My prediction is first, but I think I sort of stand behind Swag. Like, if you don't think you're going to go first, there's no point in voting. But
Spot on.
I think honestly, I think we'll do pretty well. Like, I don't think we'll come last. I think we'll be up amongst it, like in the 1, 2, 3 sort of mark, I reckon.
If McCarthy and Qatar come last, my shout for dinner and drinks for the whole committee. For the whole committee, we'll be celebrating.
Well, make sure you listen to the podcast for my prediction later.
I will do.
Good out. All right.
Love
Thank
it.
you very
Thank
much,
you,
Mark.
Thank you, Marky
Thanks, guys.
Butler.
Have a nice night.
Legend.
See you,
See
mate.
you, Mark.
See you,
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Fabulous.
Yeah, Mark's
He
always
could
Good to see
guess.
when
Marky
team
Butler.
sponsors come on board.
He's one of the good guys, Marky Butler, isn't he? Good laugh.
Absolutely.
Very much so.
Uh,
Just on those predictions too, I'll just give you a bit of a summary. It puts them around the 10th mark, I believe, around 10th, just from looking at this as I can currently see it. So, yeah.
We
See,
had
that-
a first
that's
in there.
also-
We had a last in there.
That surprises me. I think they're
Yeah.
a pretty good side. To have them 10th, I'm surprised by that.
So do I.
Yeah,
I will
There
say,
was a 14th and a 15th in that.
I managed to speak to Mark on Saturday when I was waiting for my tea time that didn't eventuate. And he said he's actually at the worst handicap he's been in about 5 years. So he's not worried. He's just putting in the work. So that probably came to the prediction. But no, they're definitely not going to be as bad as what it says. So we'll see how we go.
I think this year, more than any year, people can finish first to last pretty much. A lot of teams could do that, I reckon.
We've got to move on. Mr. Devine's been waiting a while. Let's move on to Imperial.
Yep.
Who's got the team names?
I've got the team in front of me.
Go
It
for it.
is Danny McCarthy, Antonio Qatar, Louise Carson, and Shane Devine.
Love it.
Jimmy,
That's
you were quite vocal there when speaking to Mark about your thoughts on Team Imperial.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't remember the mindset I was going through when I put my votes together. But yeah, they're not rated very high at all in my predictions. I don't say he's been struggling. He's trying to get a new swing going. He hasn't been playing much golf. As you heard from Mark, then he's got his demons. He'll try his best on the day. Obviously, Louise Carson, great player. I have no issue with Louise Carson. Trevor, don't come after me. And Shane, he's been playing a lot with us with the KK. We've seen a lot of work out of him. He's very handy D grader, to be completely honest. Someone that plays regular golf, being in their Ds. But yeah, I think if your A and your B aren't firing, you got big issues. And I think that's where they're going to struggle.
Josh, Danny McCarthy is the reigning loser captain. Is that something that could potentially weigh heavily on him? Could there be a bit of head noise there?
Oh, absolutely. As has been said many times before, I mean, obviously, I don't know what it feels like, but Jock, you could probably answer this one. When 60 people are just yelling "loser, loser" toward you, it's got to be pretty confronting.
No, not really. It's a great team.
It's the sole reason Neil Morrison's never come back, I believe.
I think it is. But I was sitting after your second one, Jared, you get used to it, yeah?
Yeah, it's just more of a duck back.
Yeah.
But no, look, I think I could sort of tell where others' predictions are headed. Look, let's be honest. The wider community looks to the committee for a fairly educated guess. I think we try our best to be as educated as possible. I think they're in a lot of trouble. If first of all, I don't know why you would, but if you are someone that values my opinion, do not put any money on Team Imperial 2024.
I think
Tommy,
this could be the. Yeah, sorry.
Dom,
Go ahead.
If Imperial come last, why did they come last?
Oh, I just don't think they shoot enough under par. I don't think this team's got birdies in them. I honestly don't. I think the best is maybe. I think the best they can shoot on the day is around 3 under. I think the worst they could shoot could be 5 over. So they're rocks and diamonds.
Can I, in the spirit of stitch ups, and I'd only do it because he's a champion bloke. I played a few Kingsford Cup rounds with him. Can we call Shane Devine Sean Devine and see if he corrects us? If anyone that asks,
it's his first pod. Leave him alone.
It'd be funny if it wasn't.
okay.
I think one Sean thrown in there is fine.
Yeah, Swar, you lead with a Sean. for one.
Go on, Swap. Go on, Swap.
All right. Let's have
Introduce him.
Get him in from the lobby. Let's get him on.
Yeah, sort it out.
You going?
Shane.
How are
How you
we?
going, Sean?
Good.
Hello, mate.
Living the dream. What's going on?
Welcome
Shane,
to
are you
pod,
in
mate.
are you on the Gold Coast at the moment?
I am actually. I literally just checked in 5 minutes ago.
Wow.
I thought
What's
that
going
was
on
a
there? Is it a
Charles
team-
retreat.
Mate, if I were you, I'd try Wet and Wild, but I'd also try the theme park as well.
Yeah, just up here for a bit of work until Friday. So yeah, bit of a work trip.
Did you take your golf clubs with you?
Nah, mate, I wish.
Viewing. First podcast, first invitational. We like to ask our newbies, how has the CYFS invitational changed your life?
Mate, I've been hearing about it for the last 3 years because of JD. Yeah, looking forward to it, to be honest. It's actually my, I can't say it's my home ground. I live on the 14th hole, but just don't play there that often.
Are you in the creek there, are you, mate? You got a little cost of living crisis?
We
I
actually
just- I just
live in
noticed
Brighton
too-
Lakes.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. I've noticed you got the Bryson DeChambeau house in your background there. Shane, is that a bit of a sign of things to come invitational with your driving ability?
Mate, I've been practicing every day, so yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice.
Lovely. Good to hear.
Shane,
your
we
brother-
asked the
Go, Scurry. Go, Scurry.
we asked the CYFS community for a bit of intel on you. We've got a couple of absolute ringers, but first of all, we're told that your game is solely based off the teachings of one Master Rick Shields. Any comment on that?
I have to agree on somewhat. Yes, Rickshaw's like he's a go-to, right?
Yeah. He's our Yoda. Everyone watches him.
I love that man. Love that man. And then that's where the claw grip comes into it as well now. So yeah, that's my little tactic these days for my putting. New grip style as well.
Oh,
Very nice. That can often cause a bit of trouble when you look at too many videos. But apart from the claw grip, what's the number one teaching you've learned off Mr. Rick Shields?
The big one. Thinking.
Hopefully not his chipping skills.
I actually, he chips better than me. I have to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
You know,
your
the golf
your
course
brother's
very well,
chances.
Shane. What sort of
Oh, yeah.
score do you think is going to win this competition?
Ooh, I'm gonna go 2 under.
Okay,
oh.
so some pretty high
Yeah.
scores, you reckon?
2 under. I reckon my team's going to dominate. Not that I've met my crew yet, but I'm confident.
I think
Yeah,
you'll find
look-
the committee agrees, I reckon. You're probably
Yeah.
pretty close there.
You're a shoe-in. You're a shoe-in to win something.
To win something.
Shane,
Shane, I'm
bef-
getting a sense that your game has changed drastically in the last 6 months. How much have you improved?
I don't want to give too much away, but let's say as a high handicapper, I'm taking a lot of advantage to it at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah. Good.
So
Before we
yeah,
get into the predictions, Shane, I want to just talk about a 5-putt you had on the 18th at Beverly Park. Could you just run us through an anonymous member of the CYFS community as phoned in? Could you talk us through what happened there?
let's just say I crumbled. Straight up crumbled. And unfortunately, those putts still come into play quite regularly.
So for
I
those
haven't
playing at home,
disappeared.
an anonymous member of the community who might share the same last name as Shane reckons him and Shane were playing a match play event at Beverly Park Golf Club. Got to the 18th hole. I think Shane was 1 up over said individual. Shane's hit.
I was actually on
driver.
18 points going to the last hole. Yes, you're right. 18 points. Yes,
Yeah.
into the last.
Shane's hit the green for 2 and then proceeded to 5 putt. Is that correct, Shane? Is my source correct?
That is correct. Yes. I don't know what happened, but yes, I was on the green for 2, and yeah, I choked. Definitely choked.
Do you have any idea who that might have been that told me that? Any clues or?
I don't know, man. I just lost it. I don't know what happened at all. I went in confident, and that's it. I think the confidence got to me, right? I was probably going to get a free round out of it as well. It just went downhill. But yes, that is a true story. But yeah, going to the last hole, I was on 18 points, so I was cheering, and yeah, I lost.
Shane, do you have a team that you think is going to come first and a team you think is going to come last?
Okay, so I'm going to say Platinum because my brother is in that particular team, and he has been in pretty good form lately. Being his mentor, give him a bit of guidance, direction. I'm supporting him in that space. I don't know everyone in the team, but is it the last name Dubious? Like, I'd be dubious to play myself, so that's going to be my roughie coming in last. Is it Mulberry?
That's it.
Yes.
It is.
So that last name Dubious, that was like, oh, I'll be dubious to play on the 27th.
Done your research.
That's fantastic. Shane, I'm sure you've heard we are. This is going to be a tough watch. We're gonna give you our predictions for where we think Team Imperial will finish. And look, we're going to preface this by saying we love you. But I've crunched the numbers. I've put Team Imperial into the database. I have you coming out of 15 teams. I have Imperial coming 15.
Let's just let me terminate this call. Oh, it's breaking up. Sorry.
We'll keep the ball rolling. So let me just hang on. I've got Imperial in 15th.
Oh wow!
Wow, 2 last place.
Jeez.
I'm gonna. Mate,
It's nothing to
Shane,
do with
look
you,
like-
Shane. It's your A and your B. I'll tell you that now.
Are they? I've never even met them. I've heard good things about them, but
That's a good
They're
thing.
fantastic.
You're wishing on the day
blokes.
you'll be wishing you never met him. I can tell you that.
maybe I'll just step up to be the A grader.
Just to keep you on the call and make sure you don't hang up, I will go next. I have got Imperial in 11th position.
Ooh, not bad.
Oh, that's.
I was thinking top
Take
3.
that,
I was
Shane.
going top 3. I was going top 3.
Just looking through here, your team member Antonio Qatar has you guys in first place, so he's a real believer that you guys are a massive chance to win, which is good. Myself, I have you in 15th position.
Jeez, man.
And just one left, just the Prez to go.
Before
last.
that, can I just check your stats, Don? I think Tony has Imperial in 4th.
Oh, 4th. Sorry, my apologies.
Hey, are we talking about my team or talking about the Rabbitohs? Your team.
It's just an unfortunate coincidence, Devon.
Yeah, they're also looking for.
Go on, Prez, give it to me.
I've got them in 13th, but they're definitely favourites to come last.
Oh, wow.
So Shane.
That's
If
brutal.
it's any consolation, Shane, every year, whoever we pick to come last never comes last, and they typically do pretty well. So it might be a blessing in
Shane, I'm not-
disguise. You never know.
Shane, I'm not kidding. One year, the team that I chose to come last actually came first, and that's not an exaggeration.
So there we go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're odds-on favourite to win.
And committee members are also
good on you, mate.
notoriously brutal to each other.
Yes, exactly.
I'll chuck
Good
$1
stuff.
on you, Shane, for sure. Thanks very much for joining us, mate. It's been that.
Thank you, Shadow. Good man.
Enjoy
No,
the
no,
Shadow.
good to have a laugh. I'll see you later.
Perfect. We'll see you
Bye,
later,
bye.
mate.
See you,
See
mate.
you later.
I mean,
I have a
talk
feeling-
about.
I have a feeling he's never going to be coming back on the podcast ever again.
But I mean, talk about great inclusions into the CYFS community. Shane Devine has slotted in like an absolute glove. He's fantastic. Really good
Yeah,
dude.
agreed.
Absolutely. Only one team remaining, hey? So we've done 14 to 15 previews. I'll leave leave the best to last, as they usually say. Jock, I'll let you.
Sorry, 1 sec. Can we just give us where we're Imperial in our average rankings?
Sure.
So that's
Surely.
that's the 14th team. That's the 14th team.
Jock, sorry, Spar, what did you have? I forgot to record it in.
13.
13th.
They are 0.17 behind Cherry, so they're in last place as it currently stands.
Okay.
Wow.
So the best
More
they
than
can
half
finish.
escaped from last place. They had to happen.
The best
True.
they can finish is 14th. We'll soon see after this next team.
Correct. We'll see how it all fits, and the numbers don't look great. I'll give you the hot tip. Yeah, go ahead, Jock.
We have saved one of the biggest teams to last. There's a lot to be said about this team. It is Team Sky. Donny is captaining this team. His B grader is Ben Jones. His C grader is Patrick Morrison, and his D grader is Pete Wills.
Absolutely.
Ian Suarez, what do you think when you look at this team?
I do see a bit of vulnerability. The captain has been known not to captain teams well in the past. There's been a lot of blame on the captain in previous years, as shown by some of his results in the past. So it doesn't bode well if the captain's been undermined after every bad result. So I don't think I can see him going too well.
Jimmy,
Interesting.
Pat Morrison
Yes.
has played B grade for the last few years. He now slides back into C grade. Is that a huge advantage for Team Sky?
Yes, I think so. He's been there, he's done that, he's played. He hasn't won any, but that's okay. That's the majority of the field. But I think, like he definitely could have played B this year. We had to bring someone down to take someone else up. So he was, I guess, the lucky one to go down to C grade. But he's playing more regularly than he ever has. And so, I think it's a positive. And Pete Wills, being their D grader, solid golfer. Like he may not play as often as a regular golfer would, but I've played with him a number of times, especially out at Georges River. He's not shabby. He's a very solid D grader. So I don't give him. I don't. Well, we will see my predictions later. But yeah,
Yep.
they'll go all right.
Scully, is there a captain in the field that knows his team better than the Don?
No, of course not. Donny Morrison is outside of the president. I believe Donny Morrison is the most well-known figure in the CYFS community. So when Donny Morrison's team is drawn, obviously eyes are drawn toward that team. I think that's a pretty fair statement. And I mean, I'm going to get too into it because obviously going to preview them shortly, but I just think this team's got it all.
All the good stuff, or all the bad stuff, just
No,
just
they've got it all,
of
Jim. This team has it all. They've got it all.
Ben Jones.
Let's bring a bit of defense in. Let's get my hombre.
Hey, we have an effort
Let's get
shot.
my-
We have an effort
Oh,
shot.
sorry, Chuck.
Look. This team is extremely experienced. That's the first thing. I think this team has more caps than any other team in the field. Crunched the numbers today. I believe they've got 25 invitationals between them.
Wow.
That's a huge advantage. As I said before, Donny has obviously played with these people a lot. He's played an invitational with Pete Wills. He's played one with Ben Jones. He's played a lot of rounds at Cogger with Ben. He's played with Pat in multiple Osro events. So he's going to know exactly what he's going to get from his players. He's going to know where their strengths are, where their weaknesses lie. He's probably got holes planned out where shot shapes are going to work for certain players. I think there's a lot of positives for Team Sky. I don't know why Josh is laughing. But if we're ready to bring on Pat, let's do it.
Bring Pat in. Here it comes.
I'd like to ask the first question to Pat.
Sure.
Go for it.
Hey guys, sorry, I've just been flat out on the practice range. On the sim. It's a bit sweaty actually.
Wow. When did you get that installed?
Pat, I'd like to start with, I'll cast your mind back to grading day, the official release of the gradings. Were you the happiest man in the CYFS community when you were demoted to C grade?
I haven't been this happy since I was paired with Kev in 2000 and I think it was 17 or 18.
How did that work out? You guys played pretty well.
Yeah. Look, really good. Look, it was me. He had me and Ben. So Kev was never any chance.
Pat, you must be feeling pretty comfortable in the dynamic of Team Sky.
Yeah, look, I think if Pete Wills is your worst player, you probably go ahead and win it, don't you?
I completely agree. Completely agree.
I mean, A grade has he's looking to prove himself. I know he's been practicing
Bullied.
every day. Yeah.
Being bullied. Yeah.
Probably the best A1er in the field. Pat, where's your game at? Where are you at on a personal level, and how much Rick Shields are you watching?
Now, I've actually taken a lot more inspiration from the swing videos that Kev's been sending. So I've chosen not to watch any Rick Shields this year, more just focusing on how smooth I can make my form.
Who are you looking to base it on? Ben Hogan?
Adam
Adam
John
Scott.
Daly. John Daly, actually.
Long John. Pat, you are known as one of the busiest men in the CYFS community. Now that school's coming to an end, we look to cram in a year's worth of golf in a couple of weeks.
Generally how it works, I've got a game on Saturday. I'm at the range tomorrow. I've got a game on the 20th. I reckon I'll be swinging clubs 7 more days before the Invitational.
Pat, how does the nickname Sultan of Slice sit with you personally?
I think if I slice the ball like I used to, it would be fine. I think we've got to come up with something new though, because I have, thanks to some grip corrections and years of being told where to put my feet, the ball doesn't slice like it used to. So the ball goes straight now. Probably not that far, but it still goes straight. Yeah. So Sultan of straight wouldn't make much sense. But,
Maybe we can pass your moniker over to Benny Jones then in the same team.
Well, I was thinking possibly Conrad Straight, possibly.
Yeah.
Conrad.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the old Paddy Conrad. Here he comes.
Oh, goodness. Pat, your good friend and your former mentor of this man, Lachlan Greer's moved into the B grade field.
Mm-hmm.
You know much about what he's been practicing or how he's looking? I know we're not practicing his team, but there's one man on this call that would like to know.
When it occurred, he was far from happy. And he's brought it up a few times with me. So,
Yeah.
And
the best thing about that is that
yeah,
was that his own captain was the one that moved him up into B grade.
I think Snow White once said, "Be careful what you wish for." So,
The best thing about it is, if you think I haven't prepared well, you wait till you see Lachlan.
Can't wait.
PJ, you've played this tournament every year, so you're up to year 7 as well. Are we year 7 or year 8? We're
Year
year
eight.
7, I believe. Year 8. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You've seen the fields. Who comes last? Which team's in trouble?
I was on the Instagram just before, having a quick look, and it's probably as tough a choice as it's ever been. I don't hold out a lot of hope. I don't know if it's been said much, but Cherry worry me.
Yeah. Currently on committee predictions, they're second last in our ranking.
Okay, yeah. Just a little bit of worry. I know they've got Curtis. I mean, not Curtis can play. I know Dad's one of the better C graders. George Kickler's worries me.
Best figure in the field right there.
And man, I know Joel. I've never seen Joel play, but I don't think he's that glad, to be fair.
He's been pretty. The last time he played, he was quite handy. But yeah,
Joel,
they didn't rate it very well.
Joel, I'm glad, man.
Who's at the top end, Pat?
Realistically, I think Seaforth are looking pretty good. But I reckon we'll give it a nudge. If we don't finish in the top 3, I'll have a bold prediction. If we don't finish in the top 3, I'll be disappointed.
I'm with you. I'm in the river. If we finish 4th, I'm in the river next to the 18th green.
Hang on.
I'll tell you what.
See, so you're jumping in there if you win or if you come less than 4th.
Yes.
And you know,
But is that
second or third?
if
You've
I've
got
got
yourself
a
a very
putt,
small opening for not getting wet after your game of golf.
Correct.
if I've got a putt that might see us finish 4th or 3rd, I'll miss on purpose.
Wow.
I think we should get to the committee predictions now.
This will be
Jimmy,
good.
take us away.
Me?
Yeah.
As I said, we're doing Sky, yeah?
All over it.
Well, we
Well-run machine this is.
yes. No, like I think Donny's got something to prove. We hang a lot of shit on Ben, but he can still play golf. Sometimes poorly, often quite decent. Pat is a B grader playing in C grade, and I can't remember who's a D grader.
Pete Wills.
Pete Wills. And as I said, yeah, I already mentioned Pete Wills is
Yes, he
very
wills.
handy. I've got Sky in 5th.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Take that.
Swar, what about you?
Just due to captaincy issues and Ben Jones, I have him in 11th.
Captaincy issues.
Enough said. Enough said. Look, I'll go next. I spoke a lot about positives to Sky before Pat came on, so Pat, you'll be happy to hear that.
Thanks, John.
Looky, I do.
But here comes the but.
Hang on a minute.
I think we're going to change Chalk to that nickname because he just backs out of everything. That's all he's
He's killed
doing.
in the lily is
Backflips.
what he's doing.
Call him
It's
the
all about light and
gymnast. Just
shade.
backflips. Yeah.
We have to provide our listeners with a bit of light and shade.
You would
I
be a
think-
good politician. Actually, you look
I
a little
think,
bit like a Formula One.
I think
so.
birdies could be hard to come by for Team Sky. Ben Jones, he has had an injury. I'm just looking at his handicap here. He hasn't cracked 30 points in a Stableford match since April.
And neither have I.
And neither's Pat. So I see there could be a bit of a few failed conversions of getting up and down for par.
How many have I
However-
cracked, Jock? How many have I cracked, champion? Have a look at my stats.
That's why on the shoulders of Don, I have Sky coming 9th.
Okay.
It's okay. Gonna take that.
Josh, you're next.
Tony had us in 15th. I'll have you B, and I had us in 12th. So we'll leave Josh's prediction.
Do they have the best A1er? Yes. Do they have the best B tour? Yes. Do they have the best C grader? Yes. Do they have the best C grader? I played with him last year. I will say yes. I have Sky in 3rd place.
Okay.
It's a high prediction. Very high
Very
prediction.
Don,
So
do
what
you have
that
a
means
prediction?
is
In that prediction for us, we can now rank everyone, but Team Sky, 8th position, is what it looks like after all the things are said and done. So
Where
not bad.
did
Right
you,
on
where
mid.
did you have them in your predictions?
I had them in. I had us in first.
First?
I'm bullish. I'm bullish about this year.
Okay.
I think we've probably got enough players to really crack on and go with it. I mean, our strength that we've picked up in D grade this year is phenomenal since last year. So I think that's going to be a real key for us. We pick up Pete Wills, we lose Colin Chapman out the back, so that's handy. Ben Jones, just strength to strength with his new shoulder. So looking forward to that. Pat drops into C, and I just think we start on the 12th hole too, so we probably eagle that. Then we go on from there. We're pretty unbeatable from there. I reckon.
I've been doing a virtual tour every night, just every play grass.
I am a little bit scared that we start on the 12th hole and we've got 2 guys that slice the ball like there's no tomorrow. So we're going to be aiming straight over the trees. But
No,
that's okay.
not Conrad, mate. Straight down the middle.
Fabulous. PJ, thank you very much. The committee will wrap this up now. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy the sim in the background there.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to go
All the
hit a
best
few
on
more to the
Saturday.
right. Yeah.
So I think 3 of the committee members put their team in first position, and they look to be the 3 teams that look strongest on paper. Don, Jim, and Swar.
Yes.
Where did the rest of the committee have their teams? Where did you have your team shot?
I have mine in 6th. I think Tony said 4th for his, and you were like last or something, weren't you?
I had us in 10th.
Yeah,
Okay.
that really has skewed your opinion. So I can go through. Galaxy is currently in first position from what we have predicted, with an average of 4.33. So it's still quite high, but they have they're the highest average, closely followed by Seaport and Pink. They round out the top 3. Last place, Imperial, Cherry, and Harbour are your bottom 3 as it sits at the moment. So plenty of movement to come from there. I would love to look after this to see how close we actually get. I reckon if you can get more than 5 right, I reckon you've been pretty well suited. So all the predictions done. How exciting!
That's
Very
all the
good.
previews finished. Thanks to all our guests. It's been quite a marathon, but we've got there in the end.
We have. Scully, next Thursday. What do you got for us?
Yep, I have contacted the appropriate people. So if you haven't been contacted, you are not appropriate. In regards to the captain's dinner next Thursday night at the Peaky Pub, a representative, we tried to get every captain. Obviously, logistically, that was a little bit difficult for obvious reasons. I think we're going to have it. I think it's 11 captains, possibly 12, which is pretty good considering. But 15 teams will be represented. Just plenty of shit talking, to be honest. It'll be a good laugh. It's good chance to catch up. But no, that'll be good. We are doing a pod next Wednesday, a final pod for the committee to sort of give our final thoughts. But other than that, it's rain sessions every night. It's putting green post work. It's all that sort of stuff from now to the invitation.
Right.
Will we be sending out the usual questions for the captains?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I will. Yeah. Well done. I will probably tomorrow send a 6 or 7 question dossier to the said captains, and our social media representatives will be releasing those results in the coming days.
Yeah, that'll give us a bit to talk about next week. Should be good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Sway, you were going to give us an update on the junior program?
No, that's all Rob's. It's all in Rob's hands now. So when I catch up with him, he'll let me know how it's going.
Okay, good to know.
Donnie, did you have anything else for us tonight?
Not really. The prizes have been now sorted, so they're good to go. There will be a little bit of a change up, which we did tout earlier in the year of longest driver nearest to the pin. I had a great discussion with Jared on the way home, which we haven't discussed as a committee, but I feel like this year, if we do it closer to the pin, it might have to be all round closer to the pin, so everyone's up for it, but you only get the winning prize if you sink the putt. I think it could be a cool little stipulation we can put in there. Happy to discuss it offline with the committee, but we're just trying a few different things this year. We might have a closest in 2 on a par 4 instead of a long drive competition, etc. So we'll come back with more feedback next week on how that looks. But yeah, I'm really we're not far out now. What are we at? 16 days. 16 days to go, which is nothing. So fun times ahead.
Yep. Jimmy, anything else tonight?
Nope. Merry Christmas to everybody. We'll catch up again next Thursday.
Josh, you good?
All good.
All right, so I'll do your thing.
All right, everyone. Hey, you check your stats before I check them.
Yeah, lads.
Yeah.